Hello. I know I should probably start music. Supposed to have everything prepped and then I forget. Oh, thanks for the follow. I hope all the things I've done in the last 20 seconds have impressed you. Especially this face. I always try to start with something stupid. Primarily because when I upload the videos to YouTube, it will grab like a something within the first minute usually as one of the preview pictures, and so that's why I always did that. But now that I have the pre-roll, I don't know. Probably doesn't matter as much anymore. I decided this one. I was thinking about doing like this. It's creepy. He's removed himself from existence. Yeet. All right. Where were we at on this now? I think last time. Oh yeah, I was gonna work on that shot. Last time I think we did most of. Oh yeah, we finished this one.
Think you're going to do to stop me?
What
exactly do you think you're going to do to stop me?
I think I might still play with that one a little bit.
Think you're going to do to stop me?
I feel like I don't know if I quite like her looking at the camera when she doesn't have quite the expression levels that I want. I might need more emphasis at the end there. But anyways, I can always go back and poke at it. But I wanted to start doing this and get some of their idols on. Yeah, I think I got most. Oh, this lighting. Yeah, I'm not 100% happy with this lighting. I was just mainly getting it preset. And then this one definitely. The lighting's basically finished with that one. The main thing I need to do is background for that, but I need to figure out what the final background will be for this, because I do want to put something else back there. It feels really blank. So once I figure out that, I can fill this one too, because it's going to be basically just the same two shots.
What exactly do you think you're going to do to stop me?
Yeah, I don't really like her just looking at the camera.
Exactly.
But because normally with eyes, you have to have them looking at right at the camera or a good bit off from the camera. You can't have them be close to, because then it gets confusing who they're looking at. Yeah, no, that's what the intent was, is to do some of the buildings. The problem was there is a map that has the school in it, but it has buildings built into it, but they're very, very basic. That map is super processor intensive, so just having it opened drops my frame rate a lot and it's hard to work in. So I would prefer to only use that map when I need to, which was going to be like I'd like to call like the Family Guy establishing shot, which would be right at the beginning here, which would be just showing the school, where, you know, like Family Guy does, where they go and show the house and it's like doo-doo-doo, and then they go into the house to show, that's to establish where they are now. And so I want to do it at the beginning here. Well, those buildings that are with them are so low quality, super, super basic, that they would just not fit. One of the reasons that, or one of the things I'm doing is that back at the pony thing, the pony land, I was making everything that was outside look cartoonish and the cartoony clouds, but then anything on the EQG side I was trying to make more realistic. So that's why the clouds from here are the cartoony clouds, but then this one is actual real clouds. So because of that, if I had very cartoony buildings, it would be counter to that. So the idea is I want to try to find more detailed buildings, like some kind of houses, to either plop on top of the ones in the establishing shot, and then I can use them here, or something. But I don't know what to do. And the teen zombies, the only reason I really don't want to utilize that is I think it might make these shots too busy. So we know about it because of the movie. You've seen the movie, we know the movies, but anybody that watches this that hasn't might be confused as to what the hell is going on. They'd be confused by her, but I don't want to overdo it. And that and animating a bunch of zombies would be a lot more work. And this is already scope creep hell, where this was supposed to be like 40 seconds and it's at 2 minutes now. So I want to just get it done. So yeah, I'm not going to be doing any zombies here. I originally had a shot, and I think it's still partially here. Oh no, did I get rid of it? I did. I originally had a shot with a bunch of the school people, but I decided to go against that. Normally it's because if you're going to be doing multi-shots of reactions, it's to do it in state threes. So there's going to be them, is going to be the other group, and then it was going to do something else. But I couldn't really, I think, figure out the 100% on that. So instead, I decided to do their reaction and then right to the Wizard of Oz reference, instead of trying to prolong it. No, if I wanted to make a show accurate, there was a ton of them, but yeah, I think it'd be easier just to keep it where she is the main one that's being looked at, because then it just keeps it general. Them popping up like this without having any prior context is a little bit jarring, but at the same time, they're just there for comic relief anyway, so I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of go with that. Oh, super static. thought that was like a Christmas Grinch. Pinky here. Stop, Pinky. I think the main thing I'm having a problem with this shot is I feel that the current light is too bright on their faces. Oh no, it's not that one. But right now I'm only coming around coming with 2 lights on the sides. But I think what I need to do is take these 2 lights and move them further away. Oh, there we go. So that, yeah, that's more what I'm looking for.
Were you cold?
Hmm?
Were you cold?
Hi.
Hi.
No, why? It's a fan.
Oh,
What do you think it was?
heater.
No. It's actually
Thought
an
it was
air
an
conditioned
old
one if I want it to be.
Oh, okay. That makes far more sense.
It's a fan. Your first thought, and
That's
when it's
the
90
thing,
degrees
like
out, that is that I pulled over a heater?
Weird.
You have to shorten your work days. You come back and you're just fraught. Now, by putting this further away, it helps straighten the lines for everybody behind them. The reason that the other the lights were as they were is because I couldn't move them anywhere further around without. Yeah, that's better.
Working on horses, not horses.
Yeah. This is one of those times too where the one reason that Rainbow Dash is hard to work with is anytime you use like sunset colors or fire colors, the blue just absorbs it all and doesn't re-emit any of it. So she always looks darker than all the others.
She just had to go and be worse pony.
No, she's just difficult to work with for that. But then you put her in normal sun colors and she looks perfectly fine. It's just yellows because yellow and blue are just completely counter to each other apparently. Or orange, like I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
It's just... She's fine.
Yeah, she looks okay. Her face is supposed to do that.
She's itchy. She got a rash right around or everywhere. Okay, so now that I actually have
Can of Tinactin for her face.
them posed or in a position now where I can, or now that they're fixed, because Applejack was busted before. I need, let's have her go. I don't want her to be maniacal. I want her to be like she got to do her business and take out the varmint.
I feel like the reason she has it is not because she was going to shoot Sunset, but because she's going to force her to get married because she knows some weird stuff went on. It's going to be a shotgun wedding. A shotgun wedding scenario.
So there's a shotgun, and the only thing you could think of a shotgun wedding, so you just went with it.
Mm-hmm.
That is stupid.
Yeah. Hey, your version is she's gonna murder Sunset.
No.
I'm
No, I'm pretty sure that the rocket murders Sunset.
But she's gonna murder Sunset.
No, she wants to make sure that she's dead. If she's in pain, she wants to put her out.
Oh, okay. See, that's them.
She's being considerate.
Yeah. Applejack, always the good one.
Okay, I'm gonna put Fluttershy up a little bit because I need to make her visible. It's always easy to do 5 because you can do 2 on the edges, 1 in the middle, and then 2 to fill the other spots. But then when you have 6, it's like, what the f you do? I just keep like Pinky and T pose. Like, don't even touch her, just have her back there.
You should just do what Hasbro always does and take Applejack out of the scene.
No.
Especially
like,
in the first movie.
like this. Hello! Hello! Hello!
No.
Hello!
No. Oh my. His eyes.
Hi! Oh, that's her jaw. This one? Their mouths are the most difficult thing to work
That's totally
with.
what you should do. Like, just instead of ever having
My Pinkie Pie! Oh! Oh! Ponk.
What is it with animation and being against noses? Like, so many characters have tiny noses in so many shows.
But in the horses, they have giant noses. And look at how big our noses are. They're no really different size.
My nose is bigger than that. Look at that. That's like a bump on her face.
But this is implied that this is your nose bone coming down. People have different shaped noses, and she's purple, and you're downing her nose shape.
Yes, the nose shape's the issue, not the purpleness.
Not the fact that her eyes are so big that thinking of them as an orb would take up her entire head.
That's weird too.
She's like Sonic the Hedgehog. She just has one eyeball that has 2 pupils. And it's just rolling around in her head. Just think of it that way.
They're mutants.
Yes.
Well,
they are horse people.
Yes, they're horse people. It's furries, man.
Pinkie Pie is scary. She's legitimately scary. And just anybody else just staring through that would have been whatever, but blank stare Pinkie is creepy. Oh, hello, Skylight. Thank you for the sub.
Yay.
18 months in a row, jeez.
Reminds me, I gotta give you my monthly donation.
I got an emote. What did I get? What is this? Pride World. Ooh. It looks like the world's melting.
I don't know that would be a good idea, but it would be funny if Twitch didn't take money. Just pay my rent through the Twitch chat.
Well, you could take donations, but I mean, if you're going right to your landlord, they're like standing behind you, looking around the corner, like, what's the number at?
Yes.
It'd be like, what do they call it when they take money right out of your paycheck?
Garnishing.
Yeah, it'd be like that. They're garnishing your Twitch wages. No, garnish would be like if you defaulted on payments or had the inability to pay for certain periods that they could the government would just take it directly out of your paycheck and you wouldn't even see the money. It would go to them beforehand, which is a very dick move.
I don't think they can do that for medical, can they? I think that's the one they can't take it for.
I don't know. But I just think it's stupid because if you didn't pay before, it's probably because you have issues that you chose to pay for something. I mean, yeah, there might be people buying stupid stuff in its place, but then that's a different issue that they probably should have some kind of therapy for if they're spending when they shouldn't spend. But if they legitimately can't pay for it, then you go and garnish their check. Now you're basically taking food money, and it's just, I don't like that idea.
I would certainly hope there's different circumstances for different pay grades, as far as that's concerned. Like if you're making less than $20,000 a year, you don't need somebody garnishing your wages for sure.
Depends. Like, companies don't care.
I know the companies don't care, but I'm referring to the government.
Well, the garnishing is probably because it was a lawsuit or something, so the government got involved.
Yeah.
And they're probably the only ones that could take it direct out.
Yeah, I'm sure you have to have some sort of court order.
So I want to have her headlocked to her hands.
When it comes to child support, though, that's where it gets a little iffier.
She's like beatboxing.
She had beatbox. Oh, she poltergeist through.
And she's like the headless horseman. She's like, woo!
Her head's trying to escape. It looks like she's lifting her, trying to lift her head.
She's like, woo!
No, that's so good. It works. It worked unfortunately well. Please, animate it now.
There, how about this? Whoa, whoa.
Jeez.
Hold on. There, now that should do what I want.
I'm not holding my breath. That's going to be Cider Fest is going to happen.
What the fuck?
It's amazing. I just want them all doing that now. Just all out of sync. Just like slightly differently. Just like bobbing their heads.
She's so surprised that she's like, whoa!
It's amazing. Until you have to change it, you should just leave it. It's so dumb. It's amazing.
Look at her. She's just like...
I mean, that would be my face if I was somehow
like,
capable of that.
It's like, so she just,
It's painful.
it's like, you just, like, just chilling over here, and then she's just, like, come to rarity. Come to rarity. You can make her say something. Be like,
I wouldn't think she'd be able to talk in that state. It would just be sheer pain.
yeah, here, she'd just be like, ah! Ah! It's like a South Park face.
Hey. Oh. Twilight's pose is kind of like the appropriate way to react to what was happening.
Okay, I need to undo that.
No, it's the best part of the whole video.
There, okay. Oh, like, how far back do I have to go?
Like that.
So you're still gonna miss BronyCon. I hope things settle by the time Surface rolls around. Yeah, I'm gonna miss BronyCon, but at the same time, it ended perfectly. I wish if we could have had what BronyCon was for years to come, sure, but it wasn't. It was gonna dwindle. So they made a great last year, and then and let it go out with a bang, which is not a bad idea. I do hope that things settle down by Cider Fest as well, because it's I'm glad that Winnie City is still getting a con, kind of, but I don't like an online con compared to an in-person, so I really hope it does work out. No, BronyCon ended perfectly. That other than the lines were chaotic. Well, not even chaotic; they're just long, which kind of was frustrating. I skipped most of them, so I only can say that as from what I saw. But because most of the panels I attended were the ones I was on, so I got it anyway. But it was just, there was almost too much going on as normal, but in a good way, because we knew it was a send-off.
I mean, thanks to BronyCon, I plan on my old age just wandering around.
Yeah, I think they had both sides open, but they definitely jammed it into less space. Normally, they would put the main hall on the other side, and it allowed a lot more, but I thought something else was going on at that time. They made do with what they had. I think it turned out well. The lines, again, it's frustrating, and you wasted a lot of time in line, but with how many people that were there, it just felt like you were part of something big, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, they didn't really handle the size of the lines very well. Same thing like with Anthology. The line was huge up to like 45 minutes beforehand, and you should know at a point, if you keep things controlled, about where a line would cut off. You can just go a little bit behind that and be like, you're probably not getting in. Do you want to waste your time in line? But
still disappointed I never got into the Applejack Appreciation panel.
That was a fun panel. That was a tiny room for a panel that I knew was going to be packed.
There were so many people.
So the Applejack Appreciation panel was one that Jay ran just for fun and got accepted. But we got one of the smallest rooms. I was only there not as an Applejack appreciator, but I was supposed to be the counter as like the opposite side of it. So he built in slides for Rainbow Dash, and then had me like I had interjected stuff into the slides. And the whole time I was just cheering for Rainbow Dash. Got tons of boos. It was amazing. But since it was a small room, there were hundreds of people that lined up for this room, and it was super, super long. I think only like a third of the people that were in line got in.
Not even that.
Yeah, and everybody that was in the room had Applejack plushes and were wearing yellow, and anything that was Applejack that was brought up, they were all like, oh, and screaming and super boisterous. It's probably one of the loudest crowds I've had for that small of a group by comparison. It felt like an anthology premiere with a full group. It was great. But it was a lot of fun. But then I heard, like, I think you were saying that there was people when that got cut off in the line, they shut the door, that were like smacking their Applejack plushes against the board, just chanting Applejack over and over again. And
it turned into chaos outside in the line when people realized they couldn't get into the Applejack panel. Mm-hmm. Just people with their dockies and plushes. It's amazing. I nearly got in. I was kind of sad.
Yeah, the link filling, most of the people towards the end of the line, a lot of those lines were only there for like a 10-15 minute gap compared to the people that were in the more guaranteed sections that have been there for 45. There was a guy every year for an anthology panel, he would go to the line like 4 to 5 hours early. And this one, he actually was basically told he couldn't, but he eventually got them to let him stay. And so we'd always be the front of the line, so we'd always go chat him up. And I think we actually had him walk in with us for a premiere. I can't remember. because we walked in about 10 minutes before they let everybody else in. But no, so he would always like bring a lawn chair. I think he got he usually had like a lawn chair and he would just sit in the front. It was always funny. Oh, I thought I saw Fluttershy moving. Even though her eyes are matching what theirs are, I don't feel that it looks like it's matching.
I think hers and Rainbow's, the light on the eyes is reversed. I think Rainbow's the one who's off.
No, it's just because her eyes, when they're looking to that direction, their perception is shifting.
Where's the Rarity who's off? Somebody's off. Rarity and Pinky. Looking at the light in the eyes, the reflection.
There's just a texture. They all have the same texture.
Some look reversed of others.
Nobody's going to pay attention to that. And that's only because you're looking at it like that. You put it like this, you're not even going to pay attention to it. No, they're not they're moving venue this year for Ciderfest, yeah. Instead of the Hyatt, they're moving to the Hilton, which is the opposite corner from the convention center. And when I say convention center, I don't mean the Hyatt. I mean the actual Milwaukee Convention Center, which was, there's the skyway that comes in from the ramps. If you take it the other direction, up, instead of into the hotel, and you follow that around, you'll actually get to the convention center just around the corner. It's in the opposite corner from that. So it's only a couple blocks from where it was before, but that will mean no George Webb, darn. But it will be further from the International. No, it's not even that anymore. International was a good breakfast place, but then they changed up what they did and they removed all the good food, so it wasn't as good anymore. But it'll be right by, what was it called, the breakfast place?
Build a Breakfast.
Was it just Build a Breakfast, as I thought?
Yeah.
That's gonna be packed though. So it's gonna be we're gonna have to find some new places for food and stuff. But yeah, we had actually went to Build a Breakfast and went to that hotel before they even announced it. Somebody who had stayed there and he just wanted to show the hotel because it was pretty neat looking. And so we actually went in there and got to see it, and then they announced they're moving to that hotel. So, no, it's a pretty nice hotel. I am going to miss the big open nature of the original Ciderfest venue. Was to be one of my favorite parts, so it's kind of sad. Yeah, Build a Breakfast was good. We only went there the one time, but it was really good. It's just going to be packed every day. So...
It was pretty packed, even when they weren't right next to it.
Yeah, and that's just with normal, like people. There was a lot of brummies there too at that time,
yeah.
but it's a bit of a walk. Okay, so I was looking at Rarity here because I want to get. She's probably going to be the easiest to animate, mainly because I don't have to do anything with her arms.
We'll be back. I don't want to hold this plate anymore.
Oh! Hold on. I don't have actual Twitch open. Okay, yeah. So we had Pancake and Pancakes are banned. I will remove those. Put them up there as a joke before. Same with Walrus, but I'm gonna leave that one on there. Okay, now it should work. That was the point of it. The point was to have super random banned words that didn't just confuse people when it popped up. The Pancake one has actually been on there for years. You're the first time I think that somebody has mentioned that them having difficulties trying to use the term. But you can say no. You can actually say pancake now. I removed it, so you're all good. The pancake with eggs and hash browns and blueberries. Yeah, I think when I was there, I got a waffle. I think I can't remember what it was. Oh, it did it? No, it said in chat. Actually says right here that I deleted them, so I would think it works. Oh. Right now it's going to be stupid. There we go. Yeah, you can say it. Booze.
I got booze. You know I have booze. Would you like booze?
No.
No.
Actually, I forgot to mark the time when I stopped eating. Oh god.
Do you have any of those pickles in there? They're pretty good.
I had some before. So Jay said that he would help out with bad fanfic, and draft might help as well.
That'll be fun.
That'll be
Getting him on a pony panel.
only for bad fanfic.
Yeah, but
It sounds
still,
like.
getting him to do anything pony, it will bring you much joy.
When the Vertican Discord server first opened, they super botched it where they blocked any word with a string of bad words, which banned a ton of totally legitimate words. Oh, yeah. Like assassinate. Yeah. No, this would be 540.
Talking to him a bit today, draft. He was looking for recommendations for video games.
Thinking of panels though, so there is, I have it on my calendar, so on Winnie City is open this weekend for anybody to go to, so you don't have to pay to go in. So I won't be streaming Friday because, for one, this Friday at 7:30 to 8:30 Central Time, CDT, we're doing the SFM ponies. So in a way, I'm streaming. It'll be on the Winnie City Twitch account. So Winnie City is going to have 3 Twitch accounts running that are named with their normal main hall and then their 2 side rooms, and they'll be streaming on all 3 channels throughout whatever schedule. I don't know the full schedule yet. So you can go on there and Twitch, and so from 7:30 to 8:30 in the main hall channel, I'll be doing the SFM Filming is Magic panel with at least Adam. Yasha might be joining as well. Not sure what we're doing with it yet, but it's cool. Well, the one nice thing with that panel is being able to stream directly from desktop with SFM is pretty nifty, so I like that. So that's on that day, and then okay, on that same evening, so it's midnight till 1:30 in the morning. We're doing bad fanfic. That's going to be interesting. I didn't know how to originally do it, but now I actually have an idea that might be really fun. So I'm going to try that. It involves Tabletop Simulator, actually. So, so that's from midnight till 1:30. So that's really late for Europe. Same thing as 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. Central Time. We're doing the Pony Super White panel, where we're going to be playing that in Tabletop as well. So that's the 3 panels I'm running. If you have time to stop by, like I said, the con does not actually cost anything, so don't worry about buying a badge. If you can support, that's awesome, because the con was hit financially for fixed costs they couldn't recover because of the COVID stuff. So if you can support, I did, even though I normally would get my badge for free. I still put money in. So if you can support, do it. If you can't, that's fine. It's still great. Yep. So
I want to go next year. Because all the other places have changed their locales, so that's probably the most iconic con for me now. I think the one with the most memories as far as location is concerned.
well, hello, Jurassic. It's a derpy. Hi, Mike. Derpy is here.
Yay, derps. Thank you, Jurassic. You've gifted me derps. There's no greater gift.
I could make Derpy really big.
You could. I think this is a wonderful idea.
Like that? No, because even the follow's gonna be that big.
Bigger.
No. It's huge.
Oh, we gotta see what's bigger.
But, oh, you know, Michael's cut off. There we go.
That's alright.
Well, actually, we'll have just Michael.
I'm busy trying to make Derpy appear on screen. This is a horrible thing. Gotta go all the way to Twitch. No, yes, Derpy's look how big she is. It's great. She could be bigger though. She could be bigger. Just saying. Yes. Yes. Okay.
I don't know if I can get it back.
That's great. That's perfect. Oh, okay, hold on.
Can I get it bigger? Oh no, I can't really. There
Yes!
Derpy!
This is the best. Oh, leave it like that forever.
I can maybe make it bigger if I. Giant Derpy.
See, the bigger you make Derpy, the more things you get. This is how it works.
I can't make her any bigger. I ran out of space to drag lines. Let
We
me
must
see.
create a new form of Twitch for a bigger Derpy.
Which I'm not even sure which one I'm. Wait, where'd she go? Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. I don't think I can get any bigger. I actually lost her for a sec there.
Any more Derpy?
Yeah, it's locked to within my window borders. I don't know how to get the Derpy animation with no background. Oh,
You mean the stream? Is there some way to get rid of the stream and just have Derpy?
I actually spent some time.
The big derps. She dancing.
I'm gonna put her down at least. I'm gonna keep her a little bigger, but there. I'm just gonna move on her. Nice. No, yeah, because I could re-render it. So what I did. Do I still have him here? Yeah. So I just rendered it with a green screen. I had to reposition it, get rid of the fire. I also had to redo some verhooves because it was clipping the board or the keyboard, and I wanted to keep it stationary. So I rendered it with a green screen. I removed. If you do this, there's two things you want to make sure you do to make it nice and clear. First is disable motion blur, and also disable subpixel jitter. Motion blur is bad because it'll blur over the green background, and when you're making I don't think it's a GIF. I think it's actually it's a transparent. I forgot the file name, but it was a file that had a transparent. It's a video file that has a transparent background. But if you put the motion blur, it's going to have some issues with that transparency because of the green, not green. But then subpixel jitter is hard to see, and I wouldn't be able to do anything in the stream here. You can see it right on the edge of any two objects that are on top of each other. It smooths that edge, but by smoothing it, you're basically blending it with the background, and because you're blending with the background, it now has a transition of green and not green. So if you remove subpixel jitter, it will make it'll make these it'll make these edges And these are the pixel by pixel. Windows is trying to smooth it for the preview, but it's pixel by pixel. It's a lot cleaner edge, and it's just easier to do the green separation because, like in this case, Derpy's hair is yellow, which is closest to green. So if I have the two fade over each other, the edges don't exactly work very well. But if I can tell the program that it is just this 100% shade of 255 green, nothing else, it's so much easier to extract it. So that's why I did that. It's a lot more work than I thought. So, well, no, actually, to do this, it was easy. I just rendered it with those two options off, making it a lot quicker. The only difficulty was I had to go in here and clean some stuff up because the angle was different, and the clipping of the hooves. But I did that for her. I did it for Rainbow Dash, but Rainbow Dash was a little harder because Rainbow Dash, her color is kind of close to that and has green in her mane here. So getting her to work with it, I had to play with some settings otherwise it just didn't work right. And then what was the other one? Oh yeah, the sloop. Same thing with this one. I'd use the same setting. Derby was easy because I only had to deal with the yellow. This one I had to deal with this green. So yeah, I just rendered them out like that, and I looped it with itself. I made it. I think each video is like 10 seconds long of the loop, and then I just have it play the thing for like 8 seconds, and then it fades out at the end. But let me check in After Effects, because I had to look up different settings for like how do I make a transparent background video, because if I did GIF, you're gonna have low quality. So it's an actual video. The nice thing is I don't have to play the video over the internet or like wait for stuff. It's all played locally, so I can have it as high as quality as I want. But I can see what the export setting I used is or something, because I can't 100% remember. I think that they export it right out of... Originally I was going to export it as an image sequence out of After Effects once I got it transparentified, but it didn't work, or the quality was low, so that's why I went to the video format. After Effects takes a little while to open.
If you dance, it goes faster.
Hmm?
If you dance, it goes faster. You're like, come on, After Effects.
It's like coming. I'm just I'm always fidgety, so if I'm waiting for things, my brain's not moving, I'd have something has to move. Yes. You don't see, Jurassic puts all these messages, and you're just like, I don't care, Derpy.
Well, that's my only goal here is to have Derpy. I don't need to leave messages. I'm sitting right next to you.
Did I not?
We have really good latency here between you and me.
I don't know, the ping's. I think the ping's kind of high.
And sometimes I buffer. It's like, hey, how you doing?
Blah blah. Derpy 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 derp. Derpy derpy derp.
That's very insightful word. Well, I agree.
Oh, there we go. I thought it was earlier than this. So, this was with the green screen on. So for her, it was easy. So all these are in one file. So for her effects, there's key light, and then I had to use a key cleaner, which helps remove some of the other effects. So you can't really see it, but it was actually leaving her ever so slightly transparent throughout the middle, and this helped remove some of that. And then this bias thing also cleaned up the rest of it. But without it, you just get that green screen. But sweet, it still shows it here. So it's showing I exported it to .mov, And then I thought that there was like a checkbox for transparent. Oh, RGB plus alpha. That's what I made sure. So that it had both those options. And then I just linked to it. So it worked out pretty good. But I'm pretty sure it did MOV, because I think that was one of the few that I could find that had transparency or an alpha layer in the video. And then for like for the chair one, this one was interesting, because this one, there's one with the green, but this is what it looked like before, as soon as I was done with it. So you got some green that was fading in on the edges. Here she was slightly transparent. You can see through the dotted background. So I had to like adjust a lot of these settings to get it to work. So the cleaner is what ended up bringing her back into focus. But then this shot, when I exported it, had a yellow tinge to it. And when you put the yellow mixed with the blue, it makes her slightly greenish. So it didn't really match the blue that you would want from her. So that's, I play with the hue and saturation then to readjust her back into the blue. Or to remove some of that. Yeah, I think I just picked that blue range and then I adjusted the hue back into the blue. So it did take a little bit of work. This one is the one that took me the most time and was technically the first one I did too. So a little frustrating. You can still see a little bit of green on the edge. Oh yeah, nope, that was the one I didn't use because it just removed all of her green. But I kind of just said, whatever, it's good enough. So, yeah, I thought it turned out great. Yes, go make coal.
What are you looking at me for? Because of something weird on the internet said?
Yeah.
Like how cute Spa Pony Derpy would be. You need to watch that episode with Rainbow Dash. There was one of the Friendship is Forever episodes, one of the 6 special. She's really, really cute in that one. If for no other reason than cuteness.
Oops. I wanted to smooth, but if I didn't have those edges removed, I was afraid of it spilling over. So. Okay, I really need to have her.
Rarity's breathing, it appears.
Smooth. No, I don't think it'll export to because how do you set transparency? Because you either have to have a I mean, transparency is, you'd have to set it like, is it a color? So is there you could have maybe a specific color that would transfer to an alpha layer. You know, I don't think the software is built to do stuff like that. It's always easier just to export with a green screen or remove the green screen. The thing that I didn't do right is on the After Effects when I exported that, you can find better colors to use. Rainbow is hard because she just covers everything. But like for Derpy, it would be better for me to export to like a red screen because she's gray with some blue hints mixed in and yellow, but that's not anywhere near red. So I tried purple, but if I do purple, her skin has that bluish hue, so it tends to pull a little bit of it out, and the green mixes with the yellow. So it's about finding the right colors to use. It's one of the, like, if you ever watched
Can't you just use color select and then it'll select just that color?
this is a video.
Yeah.
You have to use key light to remove it. You can tell it what color to use, and you can tell it how far down that spectrum of that color to use and how to spill it. And
I wouldn't think you'd have to go anywhere down the spectrum if it's everything in the background is a single solid color.
yeah, but if you use that color, it's still going to take a little bit. So you can do 0, but it doesn't work always great. The tighter you can make it, the better off it is, but the program's not that smart when it comes to that stuff. No, I they always call it green screen, but then if if you actually look at some of these, so these are being used as green screen, but there's another that they'll do with blue screens, and there's I remember looking up the information on why blue screens are used, and it has to do, if I remember right, with the coloration in the skin and how blue is easier for removing compared to green for people and stuff. So it's interesting to read. There is a whole bunch of information you can figure out about like when they shifted from doing more green screens to blue screens and stuff. It's pretty neat. I think a lot of it is for also outside, because when the light reflects off of, but such heavy post-processing now.
You can see how you would have to use it for the Hulk, because they're using him as an example there.
But it's not just for that. It had to do with the way that a human was represented on a green screen. It was easier to actually use a blue screen. There was something with it, but they still use green screen. It just depends on when, and it doesn't matter with the Hulk because the Hulk is put in afterwards.
Yeah.
So that doesn't matter. You're just placing it on top of whatever the other video is, unless he is actually a living thing and is in being recorded. Otherwise, they can put whatever color they want for him because he's just going to be a 3D character. All they really do is have the original character that wears like this helmet thing that has a like big X at the top that says where to look.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that's not Lou Ferrigno?
No.
Mind blown.
Have you ever seen those outfits they wear to make sure they look at the right spots?
Like the big orbs on their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look here, and they have these like glove things to show where their hand would be. It's ridiculous.
I did think it was cool when I found out in the Avenger films that they did for the Hulk's voice in all the Avengers films, and a lot of people don't know this, they do have Lou Ferrigno doing his voice, like in the Marvel films. Like when you hear the Hulk's be like Hulk smash, and he did a lot of the voice in the Ragnarok movie, was it? It's good to see Lou Ferrigno can still find work as the Hulk.
I just watched something a little bit ago. It's on the Halo Twitter account where a lot of the voices that they have for the aliens is one of the program director's pugs. And so they just like give him treats and they put the mic up really close. So you hear while he's eating these things. And no, all it is, they keep feeding him treats.
Yes.
And then he just makes all those like all he's eating stuff, and then he's like that nosely pug noise. Mm-hmm. And then they just take that and they filter it a little bit, and that's the noise for some of the aliens. They've been doing it for multiple games. It was a different pug that was owned by somebody else in the staff at one point, and now it's this one.
Now I'm going to be terrified of pugs. They might lay eggs in me.
Sure.
Pugs do.
Well, then you'd have breakfast.
There's an upside.
Let's see, what the hell is with that hand? I think it didn't get play-headed. No, it did. Well, it could be that based on the way she's moving, something is just confused with it. But the easiest way to do it is to unlock and then smooth it, because it's probably the lock that was causing the issues. Yeah, no, it's fine. I just won't be able to move her head much.
They have weird heads. Like, people's heads aren't supposed to be bigger than their shoulders, but...
That's what the ponies are!
The ponies are cute, though. These aren't cute. They're, like, weird...
They're cartoons. That's cartoons. Have you not seen cartoons?
But Bugs Bunny's head isn't huge. I mean, he's got big ears, but he's got an normal sized head.
Who?
Bugs Bunny.
Well, that's... Not all cartoons, but it's a cartoon. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, well, they have weird big heads. That's what they decided they wanted to do, is have big, weird heads.
But then they're more doll-like like this. If they went and had a doll that had a different complete shape and everything.
Barbie's head isn't huge.
Barbie's is super, super old back when that wasn't a thing. And they've just maintained it since then.
I don't know, man. I think they're just weird.
I think it is the sound for the flood. I can't remember what... Well, they didn't actually say in the video what it was that he was voicing, but it definitely sounds like... When they say alien, it could be Covenant or otherwise.
Yeah, I've never seen the movie Alien.
Me neither.
Really? Well, we have that in common.
I love how, like, you're like, I haven't seen it. Then when I say it, you're like, oh, you haven't seen it?
I thought I was the only one. I thought I was alone.
I'm not a fan of the movies like that.
It's not that I'm not a... I haven't seen Jaws. I haven't seen Alien. I have seen the original Predator, but that's it. And I saw Predator versus Alien like years later because it was on TV and I was bored. I think that's pretty much all of that franchise I've watched.
Okay, there's squint, but is there just eye close? I don't think so.
Closing those eyes.
I think this is literally their blink.
It looks painful. When they blink, it just looks like it's agonizing.
I know, that's why it doesn't... She's even like, ow, that hurts, don't do this.
It's been so long since I've seen Predator. Mostly I just remember Arnold Schwarzenegger covering himself in mud.
Yeah, because like this one brings it down to close to... Is this one...
There you go. That looks less painful.
Yeah. I think it's clipping.
Yeah. A little bit. The eyelash is definitely like cross.
Oh. And look at over here.
I feel like they're oh jeez, that frame there.
It's just like, the flexes undoing themselves.
Morphing. Told you they're weird.
And then this is all eyebrow. Hey, what is this? No. When do you have this? I kind of want to keep this, but the... Actually, from this angle, you can't even really tell.
It still looks weird to me. Like, it's too much top lid.
Actually, that might be one thing here. There we go.
That looks better. Yeah.
I had another flex mixed in.
Yeah, that looks more natural. For however natural it can look.
Now I feel like there's almost no motion from her. I'm going to keep it basic because I don't want to have to. I don't want to be going through every one of these and adding like a whole bunch of unique stuff. Or do you even have to play with a little bit because it's not the right lighting, and that's really interesting lighting around the mouth there. It's like her like she's aged just in this area and nothing more. Okay, now this one, I have to actually select less.
Chins. Look at that chin. That's like a chin that would make Quagmire jealous. Well, I mean, you can't really make him any weirder.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
She really is a mutant. I was happy. I kind of liked her redesigns in later versions of Equestria Girl. They got rid of the skirt. So you're pretty set on making Rainbow Dash just look really dumb, huh?
No, she's supposed to be dumbstruck, like Like, that would usually be immediately followed up by "that was awesome" type thing. Rarity is just supposed to be overly emotional.
I want Pinkie Pie to just be excited. Like,
No, Applejack is the one I want to have be different. Pinkie Pie, I'm probably going to have smiling, but I'm not going to have her be doing anything different. Otherwise, I'm going to have too much going on. I want to only have one different thing that stands out.
Oh, I was just looking at that picture of Rainbow Dash. She doesn't have a big chin, so it's an improvement. Not that one. This one. Look at this cute one. Internet. That's a fluffy voice.
My favorite Rainbow Dash picture as of late is that one where she's ultra floof.
Oh, yes. She's just a big little ball.
There's just nothing about her but floof.
It's adorable.
I wonder if
You must find it now.
I can find that. It shouldn't actually be that hard because I don't think it was that long ago in horse images.
Yeah, well, we post a lot of images of horse
Yeah.
images. I think it's a little further up. Not that one. That one got pancake. Belly rubs. Derp.
I guess it doesn't matter if it's showing that, but
I don't think anything on there is not safe for work.
no, I know. I keep tabs on
I mean,
it.
the belly rub, maybe, but it's cute. That thing will destroy us all.
Where is the
We
floof?
posted that derby twice, but I was okay with that.
You post the same one twice all the time.
Giz posted the same one twice.
I know,
He
but
posted
yeah,
and then
he does
posted
it
again.
He does it once. Oh, he posted the same one
Yes,
twice.
he posted the same picture twice.
It's okay.
Oh, sure, when I do it,
There it is.
This is so floof.
It's
She's so floof.
I don't. She's so floof, but there's no. She should not be landing there, in at any way. She got too much floof.
She blow away in wind. It's from all the floof.
Ultra floof.
Got her going. She's so proud of her floof. Yes.
There.
There, she
Floof.
Oh no, it's too much.
No, there's too much.
It's too much floof.
No, it's not.
It's gonna take over.
It's floof.
She very floof.
So it's just like this. Make that the wallpaper.
Look how happy she is about her floof.
Just do this. Just floof.
Yes.
Wallpaper. Damn.
Silly bird horse.
Which Coco?
We share a lot of horse art.
Yeah, this is only from like 5 days ago. It took me so there's a lot of horse art. I don't which Coco.
There could be a Coco buried in there somewhere.
Because yeah, I went through a lot of Coco. I'm not seeing any.
Derpy. There's some more Derpy. I like the Derpy ones.
I like that one too.
Yeah, Spitfire is cool.
I'm not
some more Derpy.
seeing any
Rainbow.
Coco.
One bites.
See a bite. Just so this
Some
freaking
stuff jargon.
yeah, jargon stuff is amazing. Yeah, I'm not seeing any Coco. A little earlier.
Oh, that
This one?
That Coco.
If it's this
It's
one,
it's a fine picture. You must really like Coco.
I'm gonna post that one if it's the right one.
There
Great.
is a Coco.
Get closer. Is there another one? Could have been just delay.
There's more cocoa.
He eat.
I want to eat pancake.
That looks like essential kind of, but it's not.
What, the belly rub one?
No, the eating the pancake. Oh, that is the one? Okay, cool.
Okay, well, you found the cocoa he was after.
Oops.
Something tells me you like cocoa. I too thought it was a good Disney movie. Brady's eyes just vibrate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're kind of freaking out, aren't they?
Just a little bit.
Are they supposed to be?
It's supposed to be like somebody that's like panicking.
Ah.
Their eyes do that. Or at least in cartoons, that's their way of doing the shimmering kind of water dye look.
Yes. It's because of that one episode where she sat on that couch when Rarity and Applejack came to the city. Isn't it? Where she was all like sitting on the couch, super cute. That was a cute scene.
Do they have a job bone? Yeah. It might be a bit too much. So she needs to move at least a little bit beforehand here. So what do I have her do? Much of the other stuff. Actually, I want to have her head. There we go. Let's settle. Because I have to make sure not to overtime blinks too. Because like she blinks here and then I don't want her blinking at the exact same time. That has to be the #1 injury in that world. Like
just like whiplash, like wicked whiplash. Like if they turn their heads too quickly, they're just gonna snap their own necks. It's a constant struggle. Exactly. Oh, brutal. It's not her fault. She has the head a head the size of her entire torso. I am the big head. Yes, she's just a head now. Big floating head. She looks stoned. Oh. Oh no. This is so surprised.
Okay, so look at those two. Twilight is the one I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit more. Yeah, I could just go without. Oh, I was like, why did I hear the squeeze sound? I think that's forgot. So do I want to have her churn and look at somebody first?
Try.
Yeah. I think I think it might be too short of a time for her to interact with somebody. I have less than 2 seconds.
The only thing she'd be looking at is what's happening in front of her too, so. What?
Just looks at her watch like, time to go.
It would be funny if you had somebody who just didn't care. Like, whatever.
Just, I should have Pinkie Pie in the background talking on the phone.
Just like not even like I'm on the phone right now. I'm not dealing with this.
Oh my god, Becky, you should totally come down here and see what happened.
It's like totally hot now. There's a fire or something.
That would require a VA specifically for a joke.
It's happening on the phone. It'd be pretty funny. People could imply whatever they want.
But no, because if she was on the phone, it would be talking and then there would be voices.
Not that voices. She could just be muted. You don't have anybody talking as far as I'm aware. Like,
No.
Yeah.
Nobody talks. Well, no. Twilight talks like the first 2/3 of it.
Well, yeah, but she's the cute horse version is different.
And then Sunset Shimmer's talking the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody's talking in this scene, is what I'm getting at.
You just kept narrowing your scope to be right.
Nobody's talking in this scene.
So how do I have her react secondary?
It is that frozen in that position.
No, because a lot of them are going to be. I want to have her move more than most because she's at the center. Well, for this position, like, that doesn't even make sense for angles. Well, jump back would be like a startling, but it already happened. So I don't see her doing that. I was thinking about actually having her move a little forward.
Maybe she could be like trying to reach out to her or something. Like,
No, because that's probably she cares, and I want to have it be like nobody cares. Like she died, but then they're just like,
they don't care. Oh, they
no, I don't
care.
want to have her worried about her.
Oh, geez, so much for the magic of friendship.
Well, for her other variant is the one that dropped the nuke on her.
Yeah. She did the right thing. Blowing up all the Equestria Girls world was the appropriate step. I've actually seen all the Equestria Girls stuff, so I can't say too much. Some of it's actually not horrible. Like that episode where they turned into ponies. That was a good episode. Because ponies. And one of my favorite lines ever. All of my things are horse things. Best line.
Because it's the same as you.
All of my things are horse things. It's true.
I'm not touching the fingers right now. I want to trying to figure out positioning and then how I want to do the fingers afterwards. I'm thinking about putting this one in a fist. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. These eyes just are weird.
she having a stroke? Is that what's happening here? Just
Working my way that direction. I don't know this model, so I'm having to play around with it to figure out what I can do.
just like I mean, that's one way to go with the scene. Wouldn't have been my first thought, but hey. She looks like that.
Oh, that's actually, I have that backwards is what I have. I thought I had it backwards before, but I have it backwards now.
She didn't realize that her human body can't eat like 10 cups of sugar a day. Like the ponies. I mean, nothing but cupcakes and ice cream. Which is what makes that truly a perfect world.
I don't think I can crush her face up enough.
I'm not really sure what you're trying to do here. She just looks like she's in pain. Face seemed flatter than normal.
This is normal flat.
They have weird heads. I'm just like half imagining one of these pony characters in a fist fight. They could like punch the head, but it just like does no damage because the head's just like 50% of their entire body mass. These tiny little hands. And she got that one eye closed. I'm just thinking she's a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. She just left her whole horn and wings at home. Oh. No. Make it stop. That's freaky as hell. No. Why is it so long?
It's like, come here, Michael.
E.T. phone home. It's like the E.T. finger. It's freaky.
Or she's the ultimate, like, whoop.
Oh no.
Fuck you.
That is not okay. Ew. No. No big no. That's just another mutation. No. It's creepy. Hands are... You think other animals look at human hands and just think, wow, those are weird.
Monkeys?
No, besides monkeys, they got hands.
They're other animals.
But they're the only other animals.
No, there's a lot of animals that have dexterous hands.
I mean, to a
Like
point.
sloth?
Sloths are weird. They know it. Sloths know they're weird.
I don't think they give a shit.
Let's not talk about sloth shit because there's like a whole story about that. Like they only poop like once a week, if that.
So it takes that long for the poop to get out.
Well, they're terrified because it takes them forever when they're on. They got to go to the floor of the forest or the poop, and they're at a great risk for getting eaten. So they only poop like super rarely. And then when they poop, it's like.
But then they're probably built to do it, so it's not as weird.
Yeah, you say that after you see their huge poops. Just massive poops.
They would only think it's a long time if they don't know anything else.
Well, they clearly think it's a long time because they're like risking getting eaten.
I know, but that's just the normal thing. But they're not thinking about like comparing it to a human bowel movement time frame. All they know is their own, so it's not long for them. It's normal.
My favorite part of this is this guy just chatting. We're talking about sloth poops.
Hello, doo-doo team.
Yes.
You're the one that started that conversation about
Sloth
doo-doo poops.
I'm talking about the sloth poops. It's very important.
And why do you know so much about the bowel movements of mammals?
I watch a lot of documentaries.
About sloth poop?
Yes, it was very interesting, actually.
Huh.
Like the weird thing about sloths is that they have really big poops.
Not good with hands.
Seems to always be the #1 complaint about artists. That's why a lot of them like to draw ponies.
That's why a lot of time you get a reference.
Where are you gonna find a hand model at this time of day?
Myself.
Wow,
That's what I've been doing.
moving up in the world.
But
Are you qualified?
I'm not so good about being able to transition it into the medium that I am using.
I agree, Clumsy. She has ET fingers. I'm into that. What, the ET fingers?
You into that? That might work. I just needed to get the thumb across.
I feel like she's about ready to like throw a punch. Like, "Grrr."
Like, come and get it. Come and
The
get it.
power of friendship right at the end of my fist.
Come and get it, bitch. Come and get it. Go punch, punch.
Punch, punch.
Yay! Yay! Friendship!
Oh, that's great.
Where's your elbow way back there? Actually, I probably do want. It's not really a fist. It's probably. Oh, there we go. Ha, now that's easier. Actually, this is where I think the base would come in handy. Whoa. Kinda. Looks fine from that angle. I'm just trying to get it to match in this angle. Oh.
So you decided against the fist, huh?
No, not for what I was trying to go for. I think I still want to close it a bit more.
Fingers should not be within the
You can.
Like, they're too far back. Like, I can't do that.
You can't bend your fingers back?
It's as far back as they go.
Why you go back that far?
I don't know.
Like, I just can't go backwards. Wait.
It's like, no, they can. Just immediately fall for dead.
No, you can't. I guess really you can't move your hand.
That's
as far back as you can move.
That's
it.
far back as my hand moves.
Mine goes
Like,
back a good bit.
I can do like a curve kind of thing if I
cheating.
do this. Like I can do this with this finger. That's kind of weird.
Well, I love
Do
how
it.
you're doing it, but
Do
at the
it.
same time your hand is shaking because you're putting so much pressure to hold it in place.
Do it. Can't do it.
Can you do that? Can you do that? without just stationary.
No, my hand's stuck like this now.
I can just keep doing that.
What? I can't even do the other thing. It took me forever to get the Vulcan thing down. You asked me like stage 2. On my hand, no. This is why I can't play musical instruments. I have dumb fingers. See you, Jurassic. Talk to you later.
How do I zoom? What do you mean zoom in? Sorry to cause. What do you mean by zoom in so fast? Like when I do this, or is it the?
What's that issue? Because I have seen. I kind of think I know what he's talking about. Where you're zooming in super slow and you can't seem to do anything about it. I've had that issue in like 3D modeling programs. What? Maybe it's not as big a deal in source filmmaking.
You're talking about super fast. You're talking about slow.
Yeah. Well, I could see like if he's having it slow, he would view what you're doing as fast. There's clearly a speed difference between what he is experiencing and what you are experiencing.
Because I have lots of different ways to move the camera and stuff, so I'm not sure which it is that you're talking about.
Isn't there like a scenario where you're technically zoomed super far out with the camera, but you're trying to zoom in and it makes it like movement seem difficult or something? I feel like that's a thing.
It's just the mouse wheel that I'm using. So usually this is the mouse wheel.
I had issues in like 3ds Max and stuff.
But then, like, I'm always I go back here to look at the main camera, and then I go back to the work camera. Yeah, because this is just mouse wheel. Ooh. Is that what you're talking about? There's latency of some unknown amount, so I don't know which of the things. Because yeah, just zoom out, zoom in. It's just mouse wheel. This is something else. Yeah, I think. Oh, maybe because like from the top of my touchable part of my mouse to the bottom is that. So that's one full roll. But sometimes I just like there's just tons of little small ones. Yeah, I don't know. I know you can change the speed of your mouse wheel. I like where mine's at. That's where I'm comfortable, so I'll keep it there. There, that helped. Just shrunk the hand down a little bit. Hands just seem like giant plates. need less squint. I seem high. What's the lowest I can get your eye to go? Yeah, you can't actually go down there. Well, that sucks. Means I have to adjust to make it so you can. I still don't even think I'm gonna get it where I want it.
Somebody found the loudest fireworks they could find.
Somebody took a trip to Wisconsin.
Are they not legal in the state?
Not big ones. You only do,
Firecrackers?
yeah,
Legal
like
in the state?
sparklers and stuff like that. If you want any of the big stuff, you have to go over this border. That's why if you go, if you pay attention on the way down to,
They're
like
abandoned
when you-
fireworks in Minneapolis?
no,
I
probably,
saw advertisements for one.
probably not, because though they're fireworks shops because all they sell is like 3 things because that's all they can sell. No, right over the border into Wisconsin, there's like 8 different fireworks shops, and they're all selling the big boom stuff. So it's because they know that Minnesota people are gonna crowd the border.
It was the same way in Kentucky for the longest time, but then they changed the laws and let people have bigger fireworks in Kentucky. But you used to have to go to Indiana. It's whatever. Laws change until some kid blows their fingers off and then they revert them.
It was only just recently that you were allowed to buy alcohol on Sundays here.
I lived in a county that was dry for the longest time.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to buy alcohol, period, within the county lines.
Oh yeah, there's some people setting out some fireworks because it's July 4th weekend.
Mm-hmm. Some people that can't wait. I used to buy fireworks. I would buy and this is when I was making like McDonald's money. I'd buy like $300 to $500 worth of fireworks for the 4th. And then I got older and realized that blowing up $500 worth of money in a period of like an hour just wasn't all too satisfying. So
It's all hobbies. If it's something you have fun with and satisfying, then
it's fun. I just don't know if it's worth the cost. Like, give me a sparkler. That seems fine.
you just stay there with a steak. Wee.
It's like, I saved $500. Wee.
I used to go out with my buddies and we would go do fireworks, and we one time went up to a cabin in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota. No, it wasn't actually Minnesota, it was northern Wisconsin. Drove all the way up there, smoked a bunch of weed. But there was we brought a bunch of fireworks, and I have video of us doing some very stupid things and almost blowing stuff up. We had one firework that come back at us, and my favorite is still my buddy had a big rocket on a stick, and he had jammed it in the ground. It was supposed to be that when it would take off stick and all. But he jammed it in the ground and then packed the dirt down because he had no idea what he was doing, didn't read instructions. Who reads instructions?
Yeah, right.
So he packs this thing into the ground, and so then he lights it, and we're all sitting there watching it, and then you can see it ignite, and the whole thing just kind of goes and this is a big one, and I just, as soon as it happened, all I have the audio of it is my friend just yelling, "Oh shit!" and us just running as just boom, and there was smoke everywhere.
I mean, I told you the story when I was younger, and I destroyed a McDonald's parking lot with a bunch of fireworks. It was McDonald's I worked at, and I nearly lost my job. The district manager was so pissed. We completely scorched the hell out of that parking lot, and we littered it with firework debris. It took us a week to clean it up. Big old mess.
Well, you go and shoot those kids right back.
The most dangerous, the fireworks I always hear and that end up hurting people are what are they called? The firecrackers, the big ones, like the M80s and stuff. That's the ones.
Because those ones are just explosives.
Yeah, it's like don't sell those firework places. They're not that impressive, and two, if kids are gonna hurt themselves on anything, it's gonna be those. So just stop selling them. I don't know.
There's a lot of things out there that people have a right to use, and so they're going to express their right, and even if it puts them in the hospital.
That just makes them stupid.
Yeah, they have the right to be stupid, and the medical industry has the right to benefit.
As long as they don't end up in the hands of kids, that's the ones who end up really hurting themselves, and the ones that end up seeing the news blew their fingers off.
Well, then you got to be better parents too.
Yeah, I suppose, but that ain't ever gonna happen.
Because they're being real stupid.
And kids are stupid.
Yeah.
That's why adults have to take a lead and not let kids do stupid things. And sometimes that has to be their parents.
Well,
and
no.
Sometimes that has to be authoritative figures.
You have to be careful because kids have to be allowed to do some stupid things.
Not blow their fingers off.
I know, but then there's a line, so you have to wait. It's where
the line should be where fingers get lost.
I know, but then is sparklers okay?
Yes, because nobody blew their hands.
No, but what if? But they could end up starting a fire outside. And then we're going to say, like, oh, kids shouldn't have sparklers because they're going to just start fires. And so that's where I was saying there's a line that...
Yeah, but that's kind of the same argument of why why Prohibition never worked, is because it was too freaking easy to make alcohol. It's super freaking easy to start a fire. That's something you can't prevent. Handing children explosives is something you can prevent. Like, not letting them blow their hands off.
Well, if it's so easy to make alcohol, then why have a drinking age? They could just make it.
Yeah.
It's too easy to make it, so let's just... Who cares? Let's get rid of the age.
Yeah. No, children aren't that smart.
But it's the same thing, isn't it?
Well, adults are smart.
No.
Well, adults are smart enough to make alcohol. And they have the resources. Children don't have the resources.
Kids can make anything. They have the internet. They can go learn how to make
Where are they going to get the resources? They ain't got money.
Before 21?
Well, yeah, maybe a few years, but...
I started making money when I was 14.
Yeah, I started making money pretty early, too.
So a third of my time before 21, and you're saying a couple years.
I'm saying you need to be fairly intelligent, and
you call me stupid?
Resources. At 14, yeah.
I was programming computers at 14.
You were still an idiot. You were 14. Kids are dumb.
You're just trying to make yourself feel better about your dumb childhood.
I had a car, boy. I made alcohol.
At 14?
No, I was like 22.
See there, now I can get I.
Just saying it's easy.
Ooh.
I'll be right back.
Wait. She dance. She's just like doing the Thriller, or whatever this is. Chugga chugga choo choo. Oh, kids are gonna do stupid things, but the more you try to ban some things, the more they'll want them. So, it's about teaching them how to responsibly use it. So if they want to use it, then being there to show them how to use it properly, type things. But there's no way to prevent a kid from doing everything stupid. If you take one thing away, they'll find something else. I did plenty of stupid stuff when I was younger, but thankfully I didn't do anything that caused permanent damage. Though I definitely had plenty of opportunity.
I was writing like bots and stuff when I was a teenager. I remember I wrote a bunch of bots for a video game called Worm. And then I got some people banned off the game for using said bots because we tried to use them moderately, and then we gave them to one guy who was like our neighbor in the game, and he decided to like mine out like half the map in a day with the bot we gave him. And then the server kind of caught wind of that, like, that's not natural. This guy's been mining non-stop for 3 days. And yeah, they I think we used thing like we posted our bots on like GitHub, I think it was called. It was a long time ago. I haven't really touched programming much. More of a hardware guy.
I love coding. I love, well, not coding. I love building and I like building stuff. That's why I did web developments instead of like programming, because I like designing and putting things together and shaping things. And
I like getting my hands dirty, but I like robotics and stuff. I like electronics. I like the hardware side of things. Like programming's fun. Like I took programming in college because it's almost like if you ever work at IT anything, you have to take some programming. Like I did programming logic controllers, and I took, what was it? I think it was like C+ or something. But I was less interested in that than I was the logic controllers, because the logic controllers to me, they're boring because they're they're mostly used for like factory applications. But I like that. I like the practical, like,
but all
application. I don't know. It's all practical, but
all programming has levels of abstraction. I believe like C++ is like 4th level. But you go far enough and you get to logic, like working right from the logic, and then you go. I had to do in some of my classes. We had a class where you went down all the levels. At the end of the class, you were programming direct to a processor, like giving commands direct to a processor, and you only had like 4 or 5 commands to work with. So you're like, you have to write a program that moves a bit from this register to this register, and it ended up being like 18 steps because you had to do every small little thing. Yeah,
we had for my programming logic controller class, we had to program a logic controller that could run a intersection, like a stoplight intersection, along with the walking parts, where somebody hits a button and it times down to let them walk across. So we had to program that as our final project.
But that's still one level above that.
Yeah.
It's when you're programming how to move zeros and ones, the individual zeros and ones, because that's all a processor knows how to do.
Yeah. Well, PLCs work mostly in hexadecimal. But yeah, it's similar.
Well, usually a lot of times you're representing it as hex, but it's just a smaller hand version of the bits, the 0 and 1s anyway, because you can't do base 10 conversion as easily.
I don't really know any of that. I use just straight. What was that?
My dad's calling me.
Oh.
I'll call him back in a bit.
Oh yeah, what was the time?
Yeah, I think I kind of got the idea of what I was thinking about for here. So I just wish I could get that eye lower. I might have to play around with that a little bit more, as I think. Okay, I can if I put it in a really awkward spot. There, now that's better. Okay. But that'll be it for now.
I've built clocks in Minecraft working like minute, second, hour clocks that kept track of AM and PM.
Well, that's all lot. As long as you have the ability to do
This is all binary.
and or a not, you can make it do anything.
No. Well, as long as you have the 0-1 and, off on, and you can have switches, that's all.
But that's all.
you really need.
That's what I'm saying.
You
As
can
long
make
as
everything from that. Yeah.
and well, any and or not is about true and false. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And true and false is 0-1.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have those 3 gates, you can make anything. There's things that make it simpler, having like XOR and XAND and stuff. But
that's the cool thing about Minecraft. You can build all of those.
because all they did was they gave you those very simple building blocks, and you can make anything from that.
Yeah.
It's just about time processing for how long some of it takes.
The problem with the clocks that I always built was the server didn't keep real time. So sometimes they would reset, so you couldn't keep the clock on real time.
Yeah, well, that's also super precise. You have to make it sometimes too.
Yeah. Well, you could in that game. So
but-
the tinker.
Anyway, I gotta call my dad back apparently because he'll probably leave. They're just confirming stuff. Okay, so I will not be streaming on here on Friday. I'm going to try to remember though to go on here and host the Winnie City convention stuff on here. So you might get some stuff saying I'm hosting. But otherwise, yeah. If you're not a part of the Windy City Discord, join because you have the information. I don't know how they're running it in detail.
I should join that.
I'll read it here again. I can. I just...
Oh, Tank Girl?
Yeah, I gotta get her name again, though.
Jay's normally streaming. Oh, no, wait. He normally streams Fridays.
Yeah, it's not Friday.
It's not Friday. Well, that's upsetting. This was Friday.
Is that it?
You go to sleep.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. We'll do that. Yeah, thanks for coming. Hopefully see you guys at the Windy City Cons. No, you're the best. And have a good one. And all that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Right.